even your favorite names are nursing big losses. So I understand why you're upset. I understand why you're hurting. You need to understand why this is happening, and you need to maneuver accordingly.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to be going over the big week ahead, what I expect in the market, and how I personally will play the market to come out on top and gain from these tough, volatile times for the long term. Before we get into it, if you guys can just drop a like and hit subscribe, that would really help out the channel and for the YouTube algorithm. Also, check out the links in the description for my merch, the free Discord server anyone can join, and a referral link to Webull for some free stocks when you sign up and deposit $100. Now let's get into it. Okay, so obviously we have a huge week ahead. We have the election on November 3rd, but from what I'm hearing, I honestly think there will be some issues with the mail-in voting, and I would expect a recount to occur no matter who wins, or I just don't think we're going to have a for sure answer on November 3rd, but that's just my thoughts as of right now. I do think we will see some more selling off as uncertainty continues in the market, so, I'll be ready for that this week. However, I do think that COVID is actually a much bigger deal when it comes to the market selling off than the election, and we have Europe locking down again and likely entering into a double dip recession, which is pretty scary. We have more cases rising, which is not good at all, and we're heading into the colder months, so in my personal opinion, I think things are going to get worse before they get better. We also likely won't get any stimulus until 2021, and from what I'm hearing, this will just continue to hurt us very badly. And this was mentioned in that interview, and I'll play that clip right now.
Stimulus is not going to happen. Maybe the earliest it'll happen is early next year. So investors are relying on just one thing, liquidity condition. And what happened this week, and the reason why tech got hit hard, is for the first time, tech started warning about what's ahead.
So that interview was very helpful to understand what is to come, and nothing is really safe right now. Honestly, even bonds are down, and most people heading into retirement use bonds for a percentage of their portfolio as a safety net. So many people are expecting a downward trend in the market for quite some time, likely a few months, and this is going to present some opportunities. Okay, so like I mentioned, this will likely present some nice opportunities if you have the long-term investor mindset and outlook. So back to the interview, Mohammed says, if you're looking to buy, wait a little bit and let this play out.
I tell people, if you are in names that you understand and you like, stay there. If you're eager to buy, wait a little bit. Let this play out. We still have a few more days of real uncertainty. Not just the election. I'm actually worried less about the election. I'm more worried about the Federal Reserve meeting next week. And are they going to tell us something significant? So wait a little bit, because my gut feeling tells me, Liz, you're going to pick up good names at better prices.
I understand this. However, my strategy is to just buy a little bit here and a little bit there. I don't think it would be smart to dump all of your money in as soon as we have another red day, but to simply just buy in waves. I do think things will go lower, and we will see some deals we haven't seen for quite some time now. However, you can't really time the market perfectly every single time, and you could end up missing the boat if you're just looking at a stock and you're about to buy it, and in the back of your head, it could always go lower, and you're telling yourself that, and you end up not buying it, and then what if it shoots back up and you missed it? So in my opinion, it's better to just average down and continue to buy in waves. And I just wanted to explain how I personally handle this market, how I play it, and how to come out on top with a nice percentage gain for the future. So I learned a lot from the March crash, and I honestly feel like I gained a lot of mental strength from it. Not to mention a good amount of profits just from taking advantage of buying stocks in those insane and uncertain times. And that goes back to that quote, be greedy when others are fearful. So this is what I have been doing to prepare if we have another, pullback, correction, crash, whatever you want to call it. I've been staying cash heavy, and I'm ready to buy in waves. Like I've been saying this last month, I expect the end of the month of October and early November to be pretty volatile, so I wanted to have some buying power ready to go. I got out of some positions I didn't want to hold anymore just before things really start to sell off. Now, Understand that when things look rough or negative on your positions, those are unrealized losses, and it won't look like that forever, so don't worry and panic sell. My advice is to pick your favorite companies you want to buy and set some price targets, because the worst thing is seeing all these deals in the market and not knowing what to buy, and then just buying everything, at random. Or worse, waiting for something to drop more and then it never does and you miss the opportunity. So I would scale into positions and buy in waves, dollar cost average down, and I honestly think this is the best way to go about, the deals in the market. So everyone, including myself, is guilty of this. You're about to submit an order to buy some stocks and the price is dropping and you back out of the order and look at it even more and you just continue to wait for it to keep going down. However, it's almost always better to just pick up some stocks at that price if you really like the company, and then you can always wait for it to drop a bit more and add some more to your position. I personally just think it's the easiest way to do things. It's called dollar cost averaging down, and it takes the timing and stress out of buying. So here is how I go about buying and setting my price targets, for the upcoming potential deals in the market. I personally don't think we will have a crash like March. I don't see those prices coming back. Obviously, if they do, I will be loading up like crazy. But what I basically do is I use the March lows as my bottom floor pricing. And then from there, I set 3 buy trigger price targets. So I'm going to pick 3 examples. We're going to use Apple, Tesla, and Disney. So Apple's March lows, aside from the stock split, we're just going to go off the price that it's showing. The March low was 56.09. So I don't think it's going to touch 56 by any means. So my price targets to buy are $100 to $105. That's the first price target. And then the second price target, maybe I'll buy a little bit more if it goes to 90 to 100. That's a pretty good range. And if it drops under 90, that's where I just buy like crazy. Now for Tesla, March lows with the stock split adjusted for was 72.24. Now, I just bought Tesla the other day at like 385, and I'll likely add some more if it hits like 370 to that 390 range. I really like that range. I do think it could go lower, so my next price target would be 330 to 350. And then if it goes to $300 or less, that's when I really will buy like crazy. Last up, we have Disney, and Disney's March low, as you can see, is 85.98. So my price target for Disney would be $115, then around $105, and then under $100, I just really load up. Now, keep in mind, these ranges are not specific at all. You don't need to wait for an exact target number or price. I feel like if it's close to your range, just go for it. A couple dollars in the long run won't hurt. And yeah, I think it's pretty nice to just set a couple different triggers, and that's when you buy. So to wrap up this video, I just wanted to share a post that I posted on my Discord recently. And basically, it's all about mindset in these uncertain times. And you have to remember, you're not investing for the now or even next year, unless you're intentionally swing trading or playing options. You're pretty much investing for the future. So the prices you buy at today will likely look very attractive in 5 years from now. And of course, everyone wants deals. You want your money to stretch as far as it can go. But the longer you wait, and that mindset of, I can always buy cheaper, the price could continue to drop, you may miss the bottom. My recommendation is to just buy when you think something is attractive after you've done your DD on it and you really like the company, and then continue to dollar cost average down. You will thank yourself later when things recover. And to finish things off, looking back at March, everyone was insanely scared and selling, but the people who took advantage of that and bought when others were fearful did very well. And although I do think we will lead into a downtrend for a while, I 100% welcome it. I'll be able to buy the stocks I want for cheap. And, remember, if you love a certain company at its all-time highs, let's say you love Tesla at $400, why wouldn't you love Tesla when it drops well below that? So it's all about changing your mindset and looking at things as a sale and not that you're losing money, because at the end of the day, like I said, those are unrealized losses and they're temporary. If you've invested in good, fundamentally sound companies, you're going to be golden in the years to come. So hang in there. Don't panic sell your stocks. Buy for the long term on red days. And that is pretty much it. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to this week, what you're looking to buy. Please like and subscribe, and have a good one.
Getting money, I just went up in my style. Up in traffic, never lacking in a draw.